The Symposium is a philosophical text by Plato. It depicts a friendly contest of improvisational speeches given by a group of notable men attending a banquet. The men include the philosopher Socrates, the political figure Alcibiades, and the comic playwright Aristophanes. In the Symposium, these figures have all gathered to debate the great questions of the world from their different philosophical perspectives. In Symposium the card game, players do the same. There are 3 decks of cards: the philosophy deck, the question deck, and the rules deck. After the table has taken turns reading the rules, the host pulls a card from the question deck, reading it aloud to the table. These are questions like,
where does the soul go after death?
Can we know happiness without sadness?
How can trust be mended?
Is beauty objective or subjective?
Do we have free will?
make a speech in praise of youth.
What is it to be intelligent?
Ooh,
The other players then choose a philosophy card and answer the question from the perspective of their chosen philosophy. Life is all about winning. And if you can't win in life, you're not going to win in death, and you're not going to win in the afterlife. So what I've created is a 12-step program.
I can't wait to hear all 12 steps.
This isn't bad, because you are finally going to be free of suffering. You won't care, because you won't exist, and that's fine.
the greatest aspect of intelligence is the recognition that intelligence is imperfect and constantly always lacking. So what it is to be intelligent is to be self-aware and aware of what it is that you do not know.
Really, what you can do to mend that sort of trust is go and explain to them, that they were wrong, probably.
Most men are villains. The few that aren't are weak.
The host then chooses whose answer they like the best, and gives that person the questions card. But Symposium doesn't just facilitate deep philosophical discussion, it also facilitates fun times between friends.
I think that immortality is a curse.
Okay.
My-
Plato means strong or something. He's
okay, I stand corrected.
He's basically Dwayne the Plato Johnson.
It's important for philosophers to live in groups of other philosophers, because if you're one philosopher wandering on a market, you're a weirdo and a victim. If you're 10, you're like, oh man, that's 10 philosophers. Let's just not bother them.
Yeah.
Were we having this argument in real time the other day?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're having this
Okay,
argument.
right.
When the "you are too drunk to continue, more wine, play flute players, play" card comes up, the game is over. The person with the most question cards wins and is declared the wisest philosopher at the table.
There's all the degrees of love, all the kinds of love. We love our friends, we love our family. It comes to us just from this place. There is no argument for or against it because it's just there. You can't pin it down, you can't define it, you can't touch it, you can't explain it, because it's just this part of us that's so ingrained that you can't separate yourself from it. Even those who are lacking it, it shapes them in such a fundamental way that it's just who we are. That's just what our world is made up of.
That was beautiful.
That was lovely.
That was
That was
genuinely beautiful. Symposium is a descended from the Queen card game, meaning it was inspired by For the Queen by Alex Roberts, and we're hoping to do that inspiration justice. With your help, we can turn Symposium into a set of tarot-sized cards in their own slipcase-style box. So please, back our project and help us bring Symposium from Plato's Waldorf forums to our own.